Good afternoon. Welcome to another scathing edition of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. And now here's your shaking with rage host, Voice of Doom. All right. My heart is going too fast. And I don't want to get all emotional because you see things and then you think about how things really were, and the rage sends one chemical through your body, and the pathos and the empathy, sympathy sends another chemical through your body, and then you're shaking. So I'm going to try to get through this without a scene. I was going to do some diatribe about, what's going on the other side of the world a little bit, more kind of lecturing, but then I went to the breaking news on YouTube, and I saw General McKhaki on the screen. And I read the title of the video, and there was 4 of them with the same guy on there, so I knew this was breaking news. And it said the same basic thing: we regret, after a thorough investigation, we regret. And so I checked it out with interest. And I think if you saw my episode, I don't know when it was because they're going so fast now, but I did an episode about the family. And I can't remember what it was now, but it was about 5 episodes back. 10 civilians, including 7 kids, were accidentally killed, and that's where they leave it. They say that, maybe 2 or 3 times. He says it, cocky. No evidence of terror was found, and they offer condolences, and they take full responsibility. So I'll expect them to show how they're going to be responsible about it. That'll be interesting to see. You have to understand the context of the situation on the ground. Context. You see? Spinning. Well, look at the family. I can't help thinking of the mother, and that's why I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because she must be, I don't know what's going to become of her, because her whole family was blown up for no reason, and they were trying to help. I don't see why you guys don't get it. This is not going to just fly under the wayside and be a political football. Come on. 5 kids and her husband gone because they went and got bottles of water. They couldn't see that it was a national aid. Oh, They were going to a national aid facility. These spies and these operatives can't see where they're going and what they're loading. I'm going to take a deep breath, because they do everything like they've always done it, and they're not going to get away with it because we're about to blow up. And people are going to, and they're starting to see it. Now they're starting to see the madness, insanity. So when you talk about 10,000 people under a bridge, come on. Everybody's going to go, let's go, to a movie, whatever. We wanted to minimize civilian casualties, and we were deliberate and thorough. The whole surveillance was deliberate and thorough. It wasn't thorough enough to see all the kids running around the car. So when they go to greet the dad, now, one of the 2 is vicious propaganda. Now, they admit 7 kids. The other place admits 7 kids. One side says we didn't see any kids, or, we thought it was an ISIS headquarters, and so we blew it up, and we, would have curtailed a horrible incident when they would have attacked us with a suicide bomber, but we stopped it, but we didn't do the right place, or we thought it was them, but no. So, dance and dance. The second explosion was a propane tank, which no doubt they were using to distribute energy to their neighbors, because that's what it sounds like. And people got to get outraged because I saw the pictures, and they were a beautiful family, and I can't help thinking about this mother. I just can't imagine how she should feel and how it's going to take a lot for her to, I don't know, come to grips with what good and bad is. I mean, cause and effect. They're trying to do good and she gets wiped out. That's a really hard question. That's the one I can't answer. I can answer a lot, but not that. Because you try to do good and you're blown up. Mother alone. No kids. 13, 12, 11, whatever, 6 or 3 and 2. Come on. Learning to walk, wanting to drive the car. They have names. I want to go through that again. The press asked something about this being a complete and utter failure, and, is this the idea of an over-the-horizon strike? And they're like, well, if it's an over-horizon, we use a whole different set of rules. So this was in self-defense. We killed this family in self-defense, and we regret and offer our condolences, and we will see about reparations. It's nice. My whole family's killed, and they throw me a bunch of money. I don't know. Maybe I don't have that much rage in me. Or I didn't prepare. They thought ISIS, well, they ascertained after the fact that there were ISIS people in the neighborhood, somewhere in Kabul, nearby that house. So, there were ISIS places around and there were threats. So, we made a mistake and we regret it, but, there were threats. So if we have to do an accident for the better good of keeping us protected, yeah, you notice there were no more attacks after that. And let's not get into where they're at in Afghanistan now, because there's bigger fish to fry. There are people turning against each other in this country over the efficacy of the vaccine, which everyone agrees we should get. But they're using it as a political sledgehammer. I'm just repeating stuff you've already heard, but people are starting to wake up. They're catching up to where I was way at the beginning. You see how it's all connected? The shutdown, March 9th, 2020, when somehow there was a mechanism set in place to change the way we live at a basic level. And I still can't help thinking about the mother. God, that happened to me. I don't know. I just can't. I don't want to think about what. I don't want to think. But we can't forget these 10 people. We really can't. Nephew wants to get married in a few weeks. Is getting married in a few weeks. Blown up. For what? Because they went to get water for people? And we're not going to suffer the karmic retribution. Let's just get back to the cosmic, cosmology. We're not going to, as a country, for everything, going back to everything. Think about that. Karmic retribution. For everything we've done as a country. And as a government, I'm talking about as a political, global confrontation. Let's keep wars going all the time. We have these organizations. That's what I was going to talk about. Is this SCO. I don't want to, that'll be next time. SCO. Look it up. Interesting. They're doing things on their own. They're not asking America for nothing. But I can get into that later, because then I saw McKhaki and it enraged me. Now I'm calmed down because I've been talking, and now I feel like I'm not going to shake or break down or have a heart attack. But it's enraging, and people have to realize it's enraging. They better get it together and realize what's happening. We're being torn apart, and nobody really knows anything. It's more like, what do I believe in deep down? And deep down the government is good, and whatever they mandate should be followed. And I can't help thinking about the mother. I'm going to try to remember her in my prayers. I always do prayers, but I'll try to put her on the, everyday list. So that's that. It's not even going to be that long. I think I said a lot. I got it off my chest, and I can watch this before I go to work because I like to be under pressure, and I have to leave in 25 minutes. So I hope people remember, and I wish people in the echelons of the horrid regime, the horrid cabal of evil, would start resigning, because I'm beginning to think that they don't want to resign because they know that they're being evil. And it's disconcerting, because I'd like to think there was a few people with integrity in the Petri dish regime. So we'll see what happens if I don't see at least a few resignations. Come on. I mean, are they all, like, under some spell? Yeah, I'll leave you at that. It's just disappointing. I'd like to see more backstabbing. All right, then. Till tomorrow. Bye.